Okay, well, it's been a while, but I thought no better way to come back and do all this stuff than with the demonstration of Sonic the Hedgehog's P-06. So, for those who are not aware of what Sonic 06 P-06 is, okay, I'm sorry, I keep calling it that, but it's Sonic P-06. Um, I referenced this thing a lot back during the Let's Play, to the point to where I was basically contractually obligated to show off what it is. So, P-06 is a huge fan project by ChaosX and a lot of other people, where it's essentially recreating Sonic 06 from the ground up to I don't want to say its original vision because there are some things that I'm sure Sonic Team had different intentions with, but to where Sonic 06 is decent in terms of gameplay. In terms of story, they haven't touched it, and I don't think they will. But they're just so essentially what it is just a huge remake of 06. Um, the reason, by the way, we're seeing the first cutscene of Silver's story is because that's how the Silver release starts, because that is the most recent release. Though there was like a patch release not too long ago, I didn't download it for this because I didn't really feel like going through all that process. But so what we're doing here is I'm just demonstrating what P06 plays like in terms of you know uh, all that. Man, I think I think I kind of bit. Never mind. What was I saying? So, um, in terms of what P06 does, it basically changes everything to where everything controls much better. And if you can see it night and day here, Sonic's running is much smoother. Things are um, not as glitched out as the original. It's honestly the definitive way to play '06. Kind of a weird statement to say out loud, but it's true. But you may have noticed that certain things about Sonic are a little weird, because there are some settings that you can adjust in the main menu before you start. First off, is the important one that I want to mention is the graphical settings, where you can like like most PC games, you can change the graphic settings. What resolution, how detailed everything is, yada yada yada. I will warn that there are a few frame rate. There's going to be a lot of frame rate drops. That is not because of P06. That is because of me. Because obviously I was recording while playing, and I kind of forgot to change the settings to accommodate. Mainly because I was kind of lazy and didn't feel like going through all that. At least I think there's frame rate drops. I'm not sure. I wasn't really paying attention, but I did notice that there were some times where the game slowed down. So um, that is just what I observed. But in terms of performance, P06 basically does everything much better. The load times, for one, are cut down to basically non-existent. Like, I think the load screen for Wave Ocean that was just here was probably about 5 seconds, when back in '06, if you watch the '06 Let's Play, that was probably about 20 seconds, probably a little more. But like, as you can see, the characters play night and day. They play closer to their Sonic Adventure styles. And that's another thing I just want to talk about real quick, is the settings I was mentioning before I went off into a tangent. ChaosX went through the trouble of adding different gameplay settings that don't change too much. Like, you can change how Sonic's homing attack works. You can change the jump animation. So right now I actually have the Sonic Adventure jump equipped. And you can even change things to be like the original '06. Like, you can have it to where the HUD is the HUD that you see in the E3 demo, because there is a video of the Sonic '06 demo, where Sonic is running through Kingdom Valley, and there are differences there. And you can even have it to where Sonic has different animations based on the Tokyo Game Show version of Sonic. Even the music can change a little bit. There's some settings you can play around with. But as you can see, though, like, the gameplay speaks for itself. It is night and day when it comes to '06. Mach speed sections especially are probably now the best here. But in terms, everything in terms of level design is exactly the same with a few minor changes. Because one thing that I haven't showed off yet, and I'm going to show off in a later level, is the gems are in this release, are in P-06. And right there, look at that. I wasn't trapped on the wall. I didn't lose any rings at all, actually. I did lose rings there, but, when you get hit by a wall, Sonic doesn't do the breakdance of doom. He just, like, slides back, regains his composure, and keeps running. And that's really cool. And there's also some other quality of life updates, too, that make this game a lot easier. By the way, Sonic's thumb... What is that? It is so weird looking. But, that's probably just the model, anyway.
Just made it.
But, Sonic's,
Hold on tight.
what was I saying? I was talking about something. But the gameplay of 06, is much better now with this, project. I think it is probably the best way to play 06 if you want to play 06, because I will say this until the day I die, 06 had the best level design. It just came out terribly with all the glitches and all the other problems that 06 had. So I have to praise ChaosX for, doing this. Which is kind of, this is his own passion project. He isn't, doing this all for money and all that stuff, and I really praise that about this project. I mean, obviously, if you want to try this out for yourself, there's plenty of ways to get it. It's completely free. I'm pretty sure you just type Sonic P-06 and you'll find it pretty easily. I can probably, and plus they're constantly releasing updates, not constantly, but there are going to be some updates later on in the future. Because currently the last major release of P-06 was, I think, last year, or it was last year, and it was the silver release, because it came in increments. The first increment was Sonic's, and then Shadow, and then Silver, and then the next. And I don't know if it's going to be the final release, but it's going to be a release which is going to be the last story segment with End of the World, the Solaris boss fight, and maybe just all the boss fights in general. I have no idea if ChaosX intends on restoring the cutscenes or anything like that, but I don't know. So... But, like, everything that 06 is known for is here, and there's also some additions that P-06 does that, make the game a little bit better. A little bit better is a very weird way to phrase that, but... I mentioned earlier that the gems are in this release, or they are here for Sonic. Because unlike the main game, you do start off with every major upgrade that you do need to beat every level. You have the bounce attack, you have the light dash, you have the, what was the other one that's Sonic? It's the slide, all that stuff. You have all that right from the get-go. And, it's pretty obvious from that. But, the one thing that Sonic does not start off with is the gems. Because they are scattered in every level, with the final gem you can get in Kingdom Valley once you get an S rank on every other level and go to a particular hidden area. I don't show off the hidden area because I already have all the gems. I have most everything. I have almost everything for the Silver release. The only thing I'm missing is Silver's big upgrade that he gets. Because I haven't S ranked every level of Silver, and mainly because I just haven't had the time. But like again, look at how the snowboarding controls are. It's actually smooth. Like, it doesn't feel stiff. I'm not getting stuck every 2 feet. And Sonic does have you have a little boost button with the square button. If you press the square button, you can boost, and Sonic will continue going forward. I love that. Jumping off ramps is much easier, despite... I think I just died earlier. I don't remember. I wasn't really paying attention. But, yeah. Again, it's night and day with the controls here. with the controls and just how the game performs and overall the glitches. Now, a lot of my deaths are because I got a little too happy, I guess, or because I will say I do die a lot. I do die a few times. I don't know if maybe I'm just used to how '06 Sonic controls for a little bit because of the simple fact that my most recent Let's Play was '06, and I'm kind of still in '06 mode, so I'm used to the stiff controls for Sonic. I don't know. But, yes, so Sonic has all the gems, and for the most part, all of them got either nerfed or upgraded. And the reason I say nerfed for something like this is because in the base '06, you know, certain gems were just outright broken. Like, the Sky Gem was really good for getting out of bounds and skipping over major chunks of the level. The Purple Gem was the same thing. But, like, every gem got an upgrade or a nerf depending on, you know, which you think. So the blue gem, you could still do the boost. I didn't show off. I don't think I showed off every gem in the game when I did the Let's Play, mainly because I didn't get every gem and I didn't care. But, you know, if you've played '06, you know exactly how broken the gems can be, especially if you know how to use them right. But like the green gem, I'm about to show it off, is the tornado attack. You know, just really wide tornado. And that little red meter above, under Sonic, that's like the level, I think, is what it is. So each gem will get more effective as you level up. So the purple gem does not make Sonic tiny anymore, but instead makes him invisible. And when you do use it, instead of getting the space jump from Metroid, you get a double jump, which I guess is the space jump if you're talking about Metroid Prime. Bit of a downgrade, but I mean, yeah. And then the one gem that nobody has ever talked about, mainly because it didn't exist in base '06, is the Rainbow Gem, which I will not get into what it does just yet, but it is, if you know what the gems are symbols, what the gems represent, you probably already know what the upgrade is, and plus everyone's talked about it at one point or another. But almost every character had a huge glow up. They play more like their adventure counterparts, or they just have more or they're better to control. Like for example, Tails still does have dummy ring bombs, but for one, he has a goddamn reticle, so you know where you're aiming. Tails' flight meter is clear, like you can tell when you're flying. I mean, you can tell when you're about to run out of flight. And Tails also does have the option of using tail swipes attacks like he did back in Sonic Adventure. I don't show them off that often because I forgot what button they were on, which is, it's pretty obvious. It's the circle. It's okay. In my case, it's actually the B button on the Xbox. But for some reason, I guess I didn't realize that the controller prompts were set to PlayStation because you could change it. But you can change it if you are using a PS4 controller or an Xbox controller. But you know, that's besides the point. There's also a lot of cut dialogue that's put into the game now, or like I believe like that line about the missiles, that was not in base '06. And there's also like a line in Crisis City where Sonic tells Shadow to not be late, and that was not in the game. Yeah, but there's Tails' swipe attack, like he can use that, and he also has like the continuous tail whip attack from Adventure that you get in the past. I can't remember what it's called at the top of my head. But, yeah, I mean, P-06, I mean, it's pretty obvious what it's doing, you know. And also, even, yeah, and I mentioned earlier that there are some changes to the level design. That was one of them, because in the original, Sonic would spawn right where the gate opened, you know, which made you wonder, what's the fucking point of playing as Tails there then? Because Sonic's already behind the gate. Well, now they fixed that to where Sonic goes through the gate, where Sonic goes through where he got stuck and actually goes to the gate. It's a bit of padding, but it's still it's continuity. Oh, I know what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to replicate rock launch, but you can't do it. Sonic automatically gets off the rock, I guess. So, I guess I should get into what the hell is going on with me. What, I kind of just disappeared off the face of the planet for a little bit after finishing the Sonic 06 Let's Play. I guess, what, did Sonic 06 finally kill me? No. My job's doing it. I mean, I work retail full-time. I'm actually changing that in the near future to where I'm going to be part-time for a little, but, and that's my decision. I made that decision because I want to spend more time doing what I actually want to do, which is, work on Xenilian and get that done. I'm not 100% sure how much, people have been asking, like, a few friends of mine have been asking, like, how far I am in Xenilian, and then, like, I always hate myself when I say I haven't worked on it in a while because of just the simple fact that when I get home from work, I'm about to say school, but I'm not in college anymore. But when I get home from work, I'm too tired to even consider working on Xenilian or recording a Let's Play. I haven't recorded a Let's Play in, what, since 06? And I've just kind of haven't done anything with that. And I do want to try to come back to Let's Plays a little bit. The reason I'm doing this, by the way, is because, I'm trying to get back in the groove, and also this is kind of a bit of a test for me, because I actually did get a new PC, a new gaming desktop PC. It's not a super powerful one. It was probably about $900 if I'm remembering correctly. But it's really nice. I managed to play through Resident Evil 4 Remake at a decent frame rate, so that's perfect for me, because I'm not looking to play at like 4K 60 FPS every second, but if I can play Devil May Cry 5 at a smooth 60 frames, then I'll take that with stride around here. Though, in all honesty, the compression for the video here, I think that's YouTube's compression, though. That's probably the settings I chose on DaVinci is really awful looking. I'll look at what the bitrate is when I get done with this, but what was I saying? But but like besides that, I've also just kind of been struggling to decide what to Let's Play next. Part of me, like, there are so many games that I do want to play, and there's part of me that I'm trying to figure out how to do it. And I'm also like, do I want to finish the likes of Fire Emblem Engage, or delete all of that and just start from scratch again with something else? Because, in all honesty, when I actually did record a good chunk of Fire Emblem Engage, and, oh yeah, by the way, rail switching is in P-06. You can actually rail switch smoothly in 06. That is an achievement. Good job. This is the best game ever. But, I was looking back at the footage that I recorded, and I thought to myself, I'm not sure if I like it, mainly because I also just am not like 100% sure. I don't remember anything about how I was approaching the game, and I could theoretically just rewatch the Let's Play and, let myself listen to myself explain what I was doing for the Let's Play. But I could not be. I just did not want to do that, I guess. And also, I think I'm just kind of... I honestly just don't want to look at Fire Emblem Engage anymore. I don't know what it is, but, like, after I started once I started the Let's Play, I think I kind of got Fire Emblem engaged out. Maybe I'm just Fire Emblemed out in general right now, because of just the simple fact, like, every time I look at Engage, I just kind of, like, go, I do not want to do this right now. And that's kind of what the challenge is with doing post-commentary Let's Plays, is that I'm basically looking at the game. I'm playing the game twice, essentially. Oh, okay. This is the Rainbow Gem. It is basically supersonic. Supersonic in all his glory. And, yeah, there's not much to say about that. Yeah, because, for those who are not aware, in the original Sonic the Hedgehog 2006... The Rainbow Gem was in the game. There were files for it. And there was also files for Sonic doing a special animation to activate it. And, well, it was supersonic. So, supersonic was intended to be playable in base '06, but due to what happened with '06, that did not happen. So P-06 restored that, and I'm actually really glad. And you know, in terms of what Supersonic can do, he's pretty much just what he does. You know, he's Sonic, but he's invulnerable to most hazards, excluding pits and certain stage hazards. You can even carry him over into Mach speed sections, and he's even faster. I don't do that too often because I suck at the Mach speed sections. The one thing about Supersonic that is a little challenging is that he kind of blends in with Crisis City a little bit. That might be just me, though. I kind of noticed it the most in Crisis City, especially in his Mach speed section, because I had a hard time keeping track of where he was. But, yeah, it's really cool being able to play as Supersonic in Sonic 06. You know, because Sonic 06 was in that period where Supersonic was just not playable in any stages. And, you know, people were wondering, when is it going to happen again? Because Sonic Adventure kind of was the first game to stop doing that. You know, Sonic Adventure 2 didn't do it either. Yeah, but here's where... one thing I really like about this is if you fuck up the Mach speed section in Crisis City, the tornado actually the tornado actually sucks you up and kills you. So you know you're gonna die if the flame starts surrounding your screen. I don't think I show it off in this, but yeah. By the way, I don't know if this is the camera angle setting that I currently have equipped, or if this is just the camera angle in P-06. I can't remember. But but the Mach speed sections are much better. I mean, look at how fast I'm getting through the Crisis City Mach speed section without getting hurt. Like, I don't think I get hurt in this. And it's just, you know, in the original, by the way, you can use the bounce attack to correct yourself if you feel like you're about to careen off a cliff. Couldn't do that in the original, and that's actually why I really love P-06. Also, this jump was not in the original. So probably because in the original it was like an 80% chance of dying. By the way, I love what happens here. I do remember this. There are just some things that never go away with 06. No offense, ChaosX. I think it's because the engine. I think he's using Unity. You know, the engine caused some chaos every now and then. But, what was I saying about myself? But, like, I had a hard time recording Engage, so I'm probably going to end up deleting those 5 parts eventually and just overall canceling that Let's Play. I might try again with Engage eventually, or any Fire Emblem game. I don't know yet. But, like, I have a few ideas of what Let's Play I want to do next. It's just the thing is, I don't know if I want to do those for different reasons. Like, something in me wants me to do Devil May Cry 2, even though I hate Devil May Cry 2. And the reason behind that is because mainly I think I just wanted to get it over with so I don't have to touch it ever again. I also want to do Batman Arkham Origins eventually. And I'm also working on doing reviews. I'm actually kind of working on a Stellar Blade review at the moment. I actually have already finished recording footage, and I'm actually in the editing stages. I'm actually I would say I'm about halfway done editing it, so I do expect that review to be up in the near future. And I do want to do the review of Arkham Knight and Jedi Survivor eventually. Hopefully, I won't say by the end of the year, but I would like them as pretty soon. But like, you know, work in retail, you know, it tires you out, and I mean, anyone who's worked retail knows my suffering. But like, you know, this video is more of a glorified test / update of the channel, and I mean, you probably already know. I mean, there's also some other changes I want to make to the channel. Like, I'm changing the thumbnail because I've been meaning to do that for a long time. I've just never really gotten around to it. It's not the most perfect thumbnail. In fact, I don't think it's 100 times better than the old thumbnail, but I kind of like it. Oh yeah, and Sonic does get like a dash attack in his super form when he when you're at level 3. So keep that in mind. And yeah. Oh yeah. But by the way, Sonic's meter actually works. Yes, Sonic's meter actually works in P-06, and I'm sorry, that's a downgrade. uh, I'm sure that there's probably like ChaosX probably could put in a mode like a legacy mode for Sonic's meter specifically. That'd be funny as hell. Man, honestly, that'd be a really funny joke. You know, just a leg. And he also did like change a bit of the level design to where you can't skip it, like the original. Like a huge example of this that I noticed was in Aquatic Base, where when you play as Tails, um, and you go into the room with all the like little platforms that move across the bottomless pit, you're intended to go through those sections and then get to the switch. I think it's a switch. I don't remember. To get to the door. But most players, if you immediately look to your left, there's a laser gate with a gap that is big enough for Tails to fit through, and you can just go through it. ChaosX, I believe, got rid of that. ChaosX got rid of that gap, but or made it to where Tails can't fly through it, or something like that. I don't remember, but I didn't even attempt it because a lot of the level skips that are in the base game were already taken out anyway. Another example is, of course, the Flame Core skip. Now I have to do Knuckles' section legitimately because of the simple fact that Knuckles no longer gets stuck on wall. Knuckles and Rouge no longer get stuck on walls when climbing. I know this again. I mean, it's unfortunate. But I mean, what can you do? I mean, hey, that just means that, you know, fans are more competent than Sonic Team. Okay, I'm being a little unfair to Sonic Team on this one, though, because of the simple fact that, you know, Sonic 06 had a horrible development cycle. I think it was, you know, they were under a lot of pressure from Sega due to, you know, it's like, it's Sonic's 15th anniversary, we need to make sure that it's a huge bombastic event, and we need the biggest game ever released. Oh, and another thing is that he changed how lava works. It doesn't get rid of all of your rings in one move, but it does drain them really fast. So, keep that in mind. But it does give you a chance to get out of pits, which is good. What was I saying? I forgot what I was doing because I was commenting, you know, trying to talk about what's on screen, but also 50 other things. But the P-06, you know, okay, I was talking about the development cycle of 06, but like, you know, the 06 developers, they were pressured by, you know, crunch time, and at the time, the creator of Sonic, Yuji Naka, left Sonic Team. He was done with Sonic, I guess, and you know that added even more problems because it was like, well, shit, we don't have the creator of Sonic here. We don't know what to do. We don't know what to do. I don't think it was like that, but it was a matter of like, well, shit, he was kind of the director of the game. We kind of need to know how we're going to continue, and there was also a lot of budget problems from what I've gathered. But 06, it was just not a good time for anybody. But, you know, 06, you know, may be terrible, but there's still a lot of positives that I will always give 06. For one, I think it has the best soundtrack, like one of the best soundtracks in 06, in Sonic history, you know. Like, I love almost all of Sonic 06's soundtrack. Like, I think there's only like one or two themes that just piss me off in terms of listening to because I just hate it. Actually, no, I can't really think of any that do that to me. Oh, shit! I can't really think of any that, you know, annoy the hell out of me. But... and plus 06 has so many iconic themes, too. You know, 06, you know, despite '06 reputation, they still use the Eggman theme from this game. Um, hell, the Sonic the Hedgehog social media posts still reference '06 to this day. Um, so, I mean, '06 did something right. But, yeah. I guess another thing we could talk about is the current state of Sonic and what the fuck's going on. I mean, since I last, since I was last talking about Sonic on this channel, a lot of updates have happened with Sonic. For one, what was it? Sonic Movie 3 got a couple updates that are pretty groundbreaking. The first main one was, we finally know who Shadows' voice actor is going to be, which is Keanu Reeves. And I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not saying I hate Keanu Reeves or anything. I do like him. Like, I loved him in The Matrix, and I've only seen the first John Wick movie to completion. I've never seen 2 through 4. And in all honesty, I don't think I ever intend on watching them anytime soon. Mainly because I think they're just milking the hell out of that. You know, I understand if you really like those movies. I think 4 is a little excessive at this point. Then again, you know, I'm one of those people who are still watching Marvel movies, so I guess I have no right to talk. But like, I didn't play a lot of Cyberpunk 2077, so I don't really know much about his role in that. But you know, I dig Keanu as Shadow. You know, though the meme of, you know, every Sonic fan can't wait to see Maria gunned down by a gun soldier. Like, I love that meme going. It's like, yeah, I can't wait for. What I can't wait for is the scene where they reveal that Gerald Robotnik was killed by a fucking firing squad in a kids movie. Because they did that in Adventure 2, and I want them to do that for the movie. Like, that would be the best fucking scene in the movie. I also recently, I think it was like at the time of the recording, like literally yesterday, Jason Griffith, Sonic and Shadows' voice actor, revealed that there's actually a hard drive somewhere of Shadow saying "fuck" for Shadow the Hedgehog. Like, there was more mature rated curse words for Shadow the Hedgehog, and I need that. I need to hear what's on that hard drive, because holy shit. Like, I don't know why, but I could just, like, imagine. Like, I think one of them, like, he pointed out one of them was, you know, Shadow saying "fuck you, Tails." But, like, I can just, like, imagine, like, the final cutscene with Shadow the Hedge, like, where Shadow kills Black Doom, and he just says, "Go fuck yourself, Black Doom," or something like that. But hell, I can imagine Sonic just going, "God fucking damn it, Shadow! You let the black aliens get away." Ugh. Also, the big one that I haven't mentioned yet is the Knuckles show came out, and a lot of people are very divided on it. And I gotta say, I thought it was a fun watch. You know, I didn't think it was like masterpiece level stuff or anything like that, but I enjoyed it. You know, I know a lot of people are angry at the fact that it became the Wade Whipple show, and all that and that kind of stuff, but I kind of enjoyed it. I had a good time watching it. I like watched it day one. You know, I enjoyed it. You know, there were a few parts of it that were questionable. You know, I think the episode where we meet Wade's family, where they have, like, I forgot what it's called, the Jewish dinner, you know, and they go into Jewish culture, and then, like, they slip in a Holocaust joke. I was like, ooh, oh shit, okay, that's a little too much. But I think there was also a masturbation joke too. You know, I know that kids show tend to slip in adult jokes too. I mean, SpongeBob has a "Don't drop the soap" joke, so it doesn't surprise me that there was one. But I'm surprised that you know they wanted a Holocaust joke for the Knuckles show. And I know that there was like one episode, like one of the episodes basically didn't feature Knuckles at all. Um, and actually, this is kind of on topic with '06 because there is an '06 reference in the show. The Flames of Disaster is in it. Iblis from this game is in the Knuckles show. Sort of. It's like a rock opera flashback version of Iblis. But basically they recontextualized it to where Iblis is not like just a monster that destroys the future and is trapped within Elise and comes out when she cries, but instead a power-up for Knuckles. You know, that's cool, but it's like that is the second '06 reference in the Paramount Sonic universe, and that's very concerning. Because the first one was in Sonic 2, where when Super Sonic does the whole annihilate the Death Egg thing, and then does like a fucking foot tap. That's an '06 reference. That's a reference to '06. All that was missing was Sonic going, ha 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 ha, one! That would have been the perfect Snap Cube reference, but I don't think they'll ever do one of those, but at least not to my recollection. I don't think they've done a Snap Cube reference. That would be funny as hell if they did. You know, a simple one. Like, hell, they could just have Eggman say, "I've come to make an announcement," and then just cut it there. But I mean, and then like I think there was also like another Sonic game released. I forgot what it was called, but it's like Fall Guys but with Sonic, and the beta apparently already came out, and like people are already test playing it. It lagged. It's lagged apparently. Oh man, that does not look good. But also there's no update on Sonic Cross Shadow. I'm not calling it that. I am not calling it the other name, because I'm not calling it what they want to call it, because everyone knows exactly why I'm not calling it that. But I mean, I think I mentioned it during the '06 Let's Play. I don't remember. It's been a while since I've fully paid attention to the '06 Let's Play. Last time I watched it was when I edited it. So I have no idea if I don't remember if I mentioned Sonic Cross Shadow. I probably did. Maybe made a passing joke about it in the Shadow playthrough. Because I do know by the time I was finished with the '06 Let's Play, it was announced. But at the time of this recording, nothing's really changed about it. It's still slated for fall of this year. But like, I kind of want to know what the hell's going on. I would like a definitive release date at this point. Right now is the IGN Summer of Gaming. So we get to watch IGN make terrible takes on gaming. And have very mediocre presentations about certain things. Because at the time, again, at the time of this recording, like a couple days ago, there was a state of play for PlayStation. And I cannot be the only person who thought it was god-awful. Like, I cannot be the only person. The only thing that was interesting to me was the fact that God of War Ragnarok was coming to PC, and I don't even care about that because I already have God of War Ragnarok on PS5. But I was just like, nothing was interesting about it to me. And, I know people are talking about the new Monster Hunter game, especially with the new girl. I don't know her name. But like, I'm not a huge fan of Monster Hunter, to be honest with you. So, sorry. And that new multiplayer game, Concord or something like that. What the fuck? That is like, I was kind of invested in the trailer for it. You know, the cinematic trailer that they had going for it. And then I saw the gameplay, and I'm like, oh, well, that looks like shit. Because it's basically just Overwatch. I know I'm not really original with that thought, but yeah. And then like Until Dawn getting a remaster for PS5, that's cool and all. Haven't beaten Until Dawn, but it's nice. And then like they ended with the fucking Astro game. Like, you know, that it was a glorified tech demo for the PS5, you know, to show off the PS5's capability. Now they're making it into a full-fledged game. You know, that's not terrible, but it's like, that's kind of an underwhelming way to end it. I would have, like, the hell? Like, there was a lot of other announcements you could have done. I think it's also because at this point, there are just certain things that I'm just like, you know, I just want these things to happen just so I can live happily. Devil May Cry 6 is one of them right now, because I'm getting tired of Resident Evil remakes. Like, I'm getting tired of Capcom shit right now. Like, my god. Like, apparently, at the time of the recording, it's also been revealed that Capcom is working on a Code Veronica and Resident Evil 0 remake. What the fuck? Oh my god! Like, I could get past Code Veronica getting a remake. You know, fans have been demanding for that ever since Resident Evil 2 got a remake. And it's better than giving Resident Evil 5 a remake, you know, the game that really doesn't need it. But, like, can I get a Devil May Cry game anytime soon? Like, come the hell on. DMC 6, DMC 1 remake? Hell, I'll take a DMC 2 remake if I have to. At least there's a chance that the DMC 2 remake would be good. But like just like a lot of like announcements for gaming recently have just not been really interesting this year. I can't really think of any major games that I want to play this year besides Sonic Cross Shadow. You know, I already played through Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Marvel Spider-Man 2 hasn't gotten any updates since its New Game Plus update. And I haven't even touched that. Like the only game I played at release besides Final Fantasy VII was Stellar Blade, and even then I played it out of pure curiosity. I played it because I was like, oh, this game kind of reminds me of Bayonetta. I want to play that. And the only reason that it's a major news headliner anyway is because of its controversy. Yeah. Oh yeah, and Silver. You know, I already mentioned that Silver. The Silver release exists. This was the only before the Silver release. This was really the only time you could play as Silver. And you can already tell he had a glow up. For one, he actually is faster. You won't notice, like right there. Like, you know, when you run for a little bit, he'll start floating and going faster like that. It's a lot easier to aim his stuff because there's a reticle now. Oh, his jump dash is a lot faster. The one thing though is that, you know, they nerfed this. You can't mash the jump button to avoid using all of your meter. You actually do have to pay attention to your meter now. But Silver, he got a huge glow up. And another thing is that he actually spins into a ball when he jumps, meaning that you can jump on enemies now as Silver. And that was actually another thing I haven't mentioned yet. This applies to everybody. Almost everybody can jump on enemies now, because that was something that was not in the base 06. That was something that they for some reason took out. Another thing I've been using is if you press the B button, Silver will throw this little projectile of energy. By the way, again, ChaosX got rid of a shortcut that people would use where you could abuse Silver's flight and fly past where those laser gates are to get to the end of to get to Sonic. He got rid of that because, you know, play the level, asshole. Play the game as God intended. But yeah, Silver got a huge glow up.
Hey, not bad.
And this is another moment of, you know, the game giving us a bit of another change for level design. It's not much, but, you know, you actually have to have Sonic, you know, get over to where the eagle is instead of having him already standing by it. Because once again, that was something that just didn't really make sense. Why is Sonic just standing there? You know, what did Silver actually contribute? Yeah. I'm not gonna. By the way, I'm not doing every. I'm not gonna do all three hedgehogs as back to back. No, no, no. I'm gonna. I'm doing Sonics first, and then I'm probably gonna take like a few weeks, and then do Shadows, and then I'll do Silvers. Because why not? Take my time to show off all the characters, and maybe in between that time, I'll unlock Silvers as final upgrade. um, I'm not going to show off everything in P-06, by the way. I'm not going to show off, like, the test stage or anything like that. Mainly because that is stuff that, not really important. But, I'm just demonstrating that P-06 is certainly an enhanced version of Sonic 06. I'm showing how much better Sonic 06 plays when, someone competent actually, helps develop the game. Okay, I'm going to stop with that. I'll stop with that joke. Oh, another thing is that Supersonic also one-shots all enemies. At least I think. I don't know if it's all enemies or at least most of them. Oh, shit, I almost walked right off the edge there. But yeah, like, when I die in the levels, I can actually blame myself for once. Though, a lot of the times when I die is Mach speed sections, and I think it's because I'm just so used to the stiffness of the original that I'm just like, whenever when I have actual good control over Sonic in a Mach speed section, I'm bewildered. I'm like, oh my god! What's next? Also, there was a line earlier, I know it was way earlier, where Sonic said that grinding on the wind gives fond memories. What the fuck is he talking about? I don't recall Sonic ever grinding on wind before 06. I mean, is that a Riders reference? Because back in Sonic Riders, and that is clearly a cut line because that's voice acted by Jason Griffith, and I don't think Jason Griffith would accept the call of a random mod or random person on the internet for a voice acting for one line. I don't think he would, but you know what? I'd be surprised. Hell, is Jason? I don't mean to sound rude or anything, but is Jason Griffith even doing anything anymore? I have not heard from him. I have not really heard any major roles from him in like years. I'm actually kind of curious now. Where's my phone? It's over there. Like, I can't, like, where is? Let me see, let me go on Jason Griffith's IMDb page. Jason Griffith. Let's see here. Oh no, he isn't. Oh. Oh no. Well, it says additional crew, but he's in Pokemon. He's been in Pokemon for a while. Oh, he's apparently. Oh, he's in God of War Ragnarok apparently. Huh. Huh. Oh. Well, it's good to know he's still active. I just wasn't sure, because, once you voice Sonic for so long, I'm just, like, curious, what do you do afterwards? I mean, I'm sure he didn't get a lot of money. I mean, I'm sure he got a lot of, I'm sure he got a lot of money out of voicing Sonic and Shadow, and he was also Jet, wasn't he? He was Jet in Sonic Riders. Like, he voiced, like, you know, for games like Sonic 06 and Shadow the Hedgehog, or, you know, any game where Sonic and Shadow were together, I'm sure he made bank voicing two characters at once. And again, also, he was also the voice of Sonic during the dark ages where Sonic games weren't being received as well. So I'm sure, like, he didn't get, like, I'm sure, like, the returns on, in terms of profit for copies sold wasn't as grand for the likes of Sonic the Black Knight or Sonic and the Secret Rings. But I like to think he got a decent, you know, I think he got decent pay. I like to think he got decent paychecks. By the way, this was something I just learned while recording this, is that Sonic has like a slide jump, similar to Crash, where when you slide and then jump, you'll go a lot higher. I don't know what you would use that for, but, you know, considering Sonic 06's level design isn't really tailored for that kind of thing, but it's there. I guess it would be good for getting goodies that are, like, really high up, and you just want that little extra leverage. Oh yeah, there's that frame rate. There's a frame rate frame rate drop right there, baby. Aquatic Base in particular is the one that really tests that. Aquatic Base is here to test your PC. Though I'm pretty sure the reason I'm getting frame rate drops in the first place is likely because of the simple fact that I'm recording, and I just didn't turn down my video settings because I'm fucking stupid. Oh man. Oh, and this is another thing. Because of the fact that the purple gem got nerfed, you can't skip this. You actually have to do it legitimately. But ChaosX did modify it to where not every laser gate works, just every other one, which is interesting. And also, the ball doesn't break if you hit something once. Like I think you can take 3 hits before it breaks. Another thing also is that the ball actually does stop when you stop. Like, right there. Like, yeah. You don't have to worry about Sonic walking forward constantly. So, yeah, that's really good.
There must be a switch for the door. Leave it up to me.
And by the way, you know, the other thing that ChaosX didn't really change was the ranking system. The ranks are still the same no matter what. So if you get 50,000 points, you get 50,000 points and you get an S. Which is kind of funny, I guess. I mean, because that means that you can clearly tell that Sonic 06's ranking system was very generous. Because, you know, I mentioned this a million times back in the Let's Play, where certain levels, especially for like Sonic Shadow, like for certain levels, you could get an S rank on just defeating enemies alone. And it's the same rules here. Like Aquatic Base, I'm spoiling this now. I do die later on, like midway through the level, and I think I still managed to get an A rank. I still managed to get an A rank despite my death. Yeah, but this was the section earlier I was talking about where Tails has to actually go through it now instead of just skipping it. Though I do see that the gap is still there, so maybe you can skip it. But I chose to show it off legitimately. Man, I'm out of things to talk about. I mean, I guess I did say that this was a glorified update video. I mean, in terms of what I'm planning on doing after I finish this up and start recording again, I don't know yet. I'm debating Devil May Cry 2. There's also, I'm not doing another Sonic game after this, God no. Because the next Sonic game I would do after this is Secret Rings. And then, I mean, I've been kind of wanting to get back into the Devil May Cry series for the channel. And, you know, DMZ2, I just want that out of the way. And there are also other games I do want to do. Oh yeah, you can't do this anymore. You have to do it legitimately. Boo-hoo. How dare I have to do it legitimately? But, you know, I have a few games ideas planted. I was gonna say planted. I'm tired. I'm tired. I mean, actually, technically, I'm not really tired. I'm more mad. I'm mad out.
Whoa!
I'm also really hot in here for some reason. It's been really hot today, even though it's stormed today. I think my fan. It's just because I turned all my fan. I turned off a majority of my fans because of noise. I'm trying to, you know, reduce my work. Oh man. All right. After whatever that was. Also, I like the fact that the glass is actually transparent now. I mean, I know it's such a minor change, but you know, I will say the graphical effects, you know, are much better. I know they couldn't do. I know ChaosX couldn't do much to, you know, change the graphics. I mean, I don't think he was intending to make 06 hyper realistic. Like that would be freaky as hell. But you know, with what he had, he did really well. Um, like honestly, like this looks about exactly how I kind of would imagine original 06 would look if they actually, you know, had a bit more time to let it stew, especially in terms of effects. That's the part that really is just kind of was kind of killing 06 was this, the amount of the effects were kind of bland. They didn't really do much with effects. I mean, in terms of the graphics themselves, it was pretty it was passable. You know, the models could use a little upgrading in terms of like um what's the word? Texture quality or something like that. Like I mean, I noticed back when I was playing the, you know, the original for the Let's Play, you know, there was some times where I noticed like little, like it looked like segments of Shadow's arm was coming off, but you know, 06 wasn't terrible. Now for some reason I'm turning super now. So like, I mean, I'm not like this is more of a thing for the, you know, if I wonder why they cut, you know, I wonder if there was also another like a lore reason they cut out Supersonic, because in all honesty, I would say that this version of Supersonic's a little weaker than the one we fight. We fight the one we use in the last story. So maybe that's why like, it's a weaker Supersonic. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. But I like to imagine that it's like like this is actually a weaker Supersonic. Like the gems are like kind of like the imagine like the fake Chaos Emerald. Like remember the fake Chaos Emerald from back in Sonic Adventure 2 that Tails made? I imagine that if Tails made 7 of them, they would kind of result in like a weaker Supersonic, but still powerful in some regard. I imagine anyway. It's just, you know, that's just me talking, but yeah, but I almost got an S rank just from enemy score alone with a few rings here and there. But yeah, and that's actually the end of Sonic's demonstration with these levels. I mean, eventually I'll do Shadow, Silver, and that's it. Shadow, Silver, but P-06 again is the like 100% definitive way to play Sonic 06. You know, you can a quick Google search and you'll find ways to download P-06 really easily. And it doesn't require much technical knowledge. You just press the download button, extract the files, and there you go. You got P-06 all for yourself. You know, I would say have a pretty decent, you know, have a decent PC. You know, but I mean, that's really all there is to this video. I mean, the next time we meet for this P-06 demonstration, I will do Shadow the Hedgehog story, or levels, because it's not really a story. But we'll do Shadow's levels, and then we'll end it with Silver, and then perhaps if somehow Chaos X releases the last story update before I finish, we'll do the last story update. But um, we'll see. So see you guys next time, and take care.